Good morning, St. Francis, and good morning, people of God. It is Sunday, the 25th day of the month of May, 2025. It is the 6th Sunday of the Easter season, the 36th Sunday of the Easter season. So 6th Sunday of the Easter season, 36th day of the Easter season, 36th day of the Easter season. So I think I got that all right. Buongiorno from Rome. Again, where, as you can hear the bells, well, just stopped. There it is, for morning mass. This is day 3 of my meetings and things like that here, one of the guest houses for the Curia here that I'm staying in. But very nice, blue sky, not too bad as weather goes here in Rome, especially for as summer begins. Nice breeze, and it's a pretty low humidity and everything else like that. So we're going to see what happens. We are going to go to the audience, to the Angelus that Pope Leo is giving today at noon. So we're going to see what kind of lines there are. We don't get any special treatment. So we're going to see what kind of lines there are and things like that. He is taking possession both of the Lateran and St. Mary Major. Again, the patriarchal churches that he governs as the Bishop of Rome, and so he needs to have ceremonies in those places. So those will happen today, later on today, too. So again, to be thinking of that, a great moment, again, in which the major churches, so St. Paul outside the walls, it is St. Peter's the Vatican, St. John Lateran, and St. Mary Major now become places that are overseen by this new Bishop of Rome, Pope Leo. So within that all today, our readings for today, we begin to move now to the anticipation of the Holy Spirit. Again, as we're moving close to the end of the Easter season, we have to get ready for the fact that we are now going to be responsible for the carrying on of this great message that Christ proclaimed, his earthly ministry. Now crucified and risen, the important part of it, we now are then asked to take on the responsibility that Christ knows we can possess, that Christ knows that we can undertake, that we can do as people of faith, as people who believe, again, as people created by God, for great things, to do great things. And so the first reading today from the Acts of the Apostles, the kind of the concise remembering of the Council of Jerusalem, in which Gentiles are welcomed into the Christian movement, are welcomed into this great movement of understanding who we are as human beings and embracing the love and joy of what it means to be a human being, a creation of God at work in this world. And the only things that they're asked to do is not to eat meat that has been sacrificed to idols, and to avoid those things that may not be very good for ourselves as human beings, and for our bodies as human beings. Kind of two, in one way, simple tasks: no rules, no laws, no regulations, no great tasks to undergo, no penances to be done. No one has to kind of make up for past sins, it seems, or anything else like that. They are just welcomed into the community because of the recognition that the Spirit is at work in them, and that's really all that matters. Even getting the indulgence of this whole year, we went through 2 of them yesterday. We went through the Holy Door of St. Peter's and the Holy Door of St. John Lateran. Again, but you still don't get it automatically. You've got to go to the Sacrament of Penance, you've got to go to, you have to celebrate Mass, you have to make sure you pray for the Pope, all these kinds of things like that. We put up all these kinds of obstacles to make sure that people are worthy, of this gift, of God basically saying, you are okay, you are good, you are wonderful, you are loved. And that is really how the church began. A simple proclamation is that, and we need to get back to that. And that really only happens, again, we remember that the Spirit that is promised to us has to speak to us, and we have to listen to the Spirit and not just to ourselves. Listen to what the Spirit has to say to us, and how that can really challenge us to be much more than we sometimes think that we are, and to do things that we might think we shouldn't be doing, or that are not really part of what we should be doing. All these kinds of, things like this, they don't add up in the end to really what's helpful to us. It's listening to the Spirit. It's understanding the Spirit at work in this world and in our lives. It's understanding this hope that the Spirit gives to us and what that hope can do for us. Again, Easter has been about reconciling us, to hope, to love, to wonder, to beauty, and all of that residing first and foremost within ourselves as creations of God. Let us live up to that reality and that truth. Let us listen to the Spirit as it continues to speak to us, as it has through centuries and millennia. Let us let that Spirit shape and mold us into the people that God needs us to be, a people of resurrection, a people of new life. A blessed continuation of the Easter season, St. Francis and people of God, and from Rome, may the Lord give you his peace.